very important and vital elements of police modernization scheme. And whatever little I have learned, because I told you that I am hardly 2 months old, I have been trying to understand this thing. I also feel the same what you have expressed. And in few meetings, we had detailed discussion to prepare IT roadmap for state police forces as well as for CAPFs. Luckily for our all CAPFs, our Central Armed Police Forces, the IT roadmap is under preparation. For the state police forces, it depends on initiatives taken by respective state governments, because we give them a guideline. But depending on their needs, they formulate a proposal which is approved by their chief secretaries. So in last few meetings which I had, we have tried to emphasize the need of having the latest technology and having the experience learned from other countries to use the IT background for better policing and increasing the efficiency of policing. We had a group which has visited Homeland Security Department of US, and a lot of learnings have come. And based on these, we have issued a detailed guideline which we are following. So I am expecting and I am hoping that state police forces will gradually come up and try to use IT as much as possible. This is what all I can say right now.
Thank you, sir. I'll take the question after the question from Ms. Muktesh. So now you spoke on a wide array of areas and concerns, but I'll go back to a very simple Delhi Police question, and you touched upon that in the last one. So on behalf of everyone again, so when is the Delhi Traffic Police Intelligent Traffic Management RFP going to be out? So if we actually want to ask that.
A very detailed, elaborate intelligent traffic management system plan has already been submitted to Ministry of Home Affairs. There are certain queries we are replying, and I expect that as soon as the Ministry approves that ITMS, we have already formulated a lot of technical related issues about that. A formal approval is awaited based on certain clarifications, and then we will be ready with that. And this time, a lot of police officers with technical background are involved into it. I can see in the audience one police officer who was earlier as additional CB traffic. Sir, that can I see? So we have a good team. Commissioner of Police has been kind enough to give his approval, and also has been monitoring it. Very soon, I can say only very soon it will be out.
Sir, both parties next to each other, so I'll organize another meeting after this for the yeah. Okay, so two questions from the audience. Yes, sir.
The first is a comment.
Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm here from UP Police. I'm Addl. First is a small comment. You said that we should partition the budget into certain areas. The problem is that there is a hierarchy of needs. Most of the police does not have its basic needs of housing, of mobility, of basic communication, of basic firepower. So thinking about cyber security is presently beyond the scope of planning. That was a point that I wanted to add. So the problem with that we see in securing our city is that we need to have a basic assessment of security needs for a city, a village, a district, a state, and the entire country. that basic strategy is missing. All these gadgetries, all these small additions of a control room, of a smart control room, of cyber security have to fit into that basic strategy. Now, until unless that basic strategy is formulated and that basic strategy is going to be different for every city. Noida will have different needs from Delhi, Kanpur will have another different set of needs, and Lucknow will have another different set of needs. So, and maybe Bangalore will have entirely different set of needs.
Sir, sorry.
Now
the question, sir.
The question is that until unless we have formulated that basic strategy, the entire police modernization is going to fail. I mean, it is not going to proceed, and that is something that has not been taken into account.
Compartmentalized, allocation of guidelines. So it depends on state governments to project their requirements. We are not saying that we will give funding only for this. We have given a broad parameter, and these parameters cover, I think, entire gamut of requirements of the police force. In addition to that, if anything extra is required, the police force is free to project that. And in ministry, I am the person who heads the high power committee, and I approve. So I have gone through at least 17 or 18 state action plans, and wherever I have felt that these are the specific requirements of the state, we are granted. It is not that we are not granted. The responsibility is on state police forces to project their demand properly, assess their demand properly. We have also issued certain guidelines, and press is here. No. Press is not here.
So you can feel free to ask.
Process we are doing. We are also going to take a review of the existing guidelines. There are the existing guidelines for funding the state police under Modernization of Police scheme. So I have already looked at this, and I felt that these guidelines need to be reviewed, and I have set up a committee just 15 days ago. I have set up a committee which is going to review the existing guidelines and provide new guidelines under which we are going to give a lot of flexibility to state police forces to project their demand. I think I have been able to address what you raised.
Thank you, sir. So, gentleman in the back. Yeah, good name.
So my name is Prasad Kumar. I have served as Commissioner of Police Regions in Mumbai, and now I am posted as IG Planning, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Sir, I have a specific question in the backdrop of my experience with the railways. Sir, is there any plan to interlink what you talked about NAT grade? On the line of NAT grade, any transport grid kind of thing to interlink database coming from railways, road, sea, and metros.
To my knowledge, it's not that way. NAT is going to link data from 21 sources we have identified, and it is not limited to 21. It can be added also. If you are missing some of these sources from where we can collect data or information on intelligence or on any important feed which will help us to detect criminals or possible threats. We will add. I am not very sure what you are saying.
Why I am asking this question, sir? Because since 2008-9 onwards, railways had started implementing integrated security screening. So they are putting lots of CCTV cameras on platforms and other places.
Yes.
So lots of database is being generated from that area. That is number one. Number two is introduction of Wi-Fi etc. on the railway stations. So ISP and MSP provider are available there. So there is another kind of database being generated from those areas. So there is a serious need of interlinking of these databases.
Yes, I agree with you, and I'm
Because
you have brought about this point. I keep a mental note of this and go and check. If it is already interconnected, fine. If it is not, we will take steps to interconnect. But this will help us. This will help us a great deal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So just adding to that, most of the safe city plans which we have seen is they include the platform data or CCTV that needs to be included. That's called the collaborative networking piece of in safe city. That will be there, and that has to be. If it is not there, then the safe city planning of that city is not complete. That's as so. So two questions for Mr. Prasad is over. So the quota is over. So any two questions for Mr. Muktesh Chander.
But we are targeting them. 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh state police needs at least 10,000 strong technical organization with a special recruitment drive and special educational qualifications from all branches of science and technology. Is anything will be done in allocation of the MPF fund in that aspect?
For your kind information, I belong to Tamil Nadu. And I was there, Additional Secretary of Home as well as Special Secretary of Home Department. And I have yesterday talked to Home Secretary to send me additional proposal. So if this can be included, I will be very happy to find.
So that's the actionable one. So it's actually the last question. Yes.
You speak about 21 intelligence agencies to have that information. I want to know what is the minimum effective number of agencies which can confirm you information about tracking and follow-up for people. Thank you. Intelligence organization which can give you correct information about tracking people or tracking suspected people. But sometimes some people you will not have full information about them. So what is the minimum number of agencies which can give you a correct information?
The NATGRID, yes. Actually, NATGRID, we have identified 21. It can be less, it can be more. It is not, we have just now identified 21 sources. And these 21 sources have been identified based on a long discussion and, experience gained. These are different sources from where, like, my information about me will be available at so many places. Like, I will be traveling, maybe today I am traveling from Delhi to Bombay. So airport will have my record, we can travel from this place to that place. Where I use my credit card, that information is available with the credit card or bank card. Then I withdraw money, then all these things, there are different agencies where my entire details will be available. So what we are trying to do, this is only to track criminals, and in recent times, a lot of terrorist activities are happening. And terrorists are doing a lot of funding and money transaction from different sources. So only to track these things, we are trying to collate information from different sources. It is not limited to 21. About my information, there may be coming only from 5 agencies because I may not be using all these things. So we have only identified 21 sources. Information may come from 5 sources, 10 sources. We may add also some more.
Yes, sir. My question is that you always notice that most of the terrorists, they don't use any advanced way to track, and most of them are not registered in any place. So most of the people who intervene here, you have no information about them. You can't track them in any
I
place.
would expect from you to give me further feedback so that we can improve this.
Okay.
Thank you for a good session, and Mr. Muktesh has to leave. So if there is any last question for him, otherwise he has to. Yeah. If it is only for
My question to Mr. Muktesh Chander. So you said that city surveillance of Delhi failed. Don't you think that if you had gone in a phased manner, you should have divided this city into 8 to 10 zones, small area you should have taken up one by one, and then integrated, just like Delhi Metro, how it is successful. They have been doing it phase 1. so that a lot of vendors will have got, because if you give in a large project, it is very difficult to source like manpower, equipment, do at a time. You should have gone in a phased manner, like small zones you should divide, and then it is integrated. Because nowadays all these IT systems can be integrated. IP-based cameras, then surveillance system comes. It can be integrated if you had gone in a phased manner. It would have been successful, don't you think?
You're talking of surveillance. See, what ECIL is partnering with us, and every project is being done through ECIL, and ECIL is doing it in phase manner. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Now already we are in phase 3, and by the end of the whole project, we will have about 10,000 CCTV cameras, and all of them are IP-based cameras. So there is no problem of integrating all the cameras. Then everything is being brought into the data cyber highway into our control room. At the same time, Mr. Asana is here, Commissioner of Police Surat. Our team had gone to Surat also to study their model, where PPP model CCTV camera systems were deployed. The same has already been inaugurated in 2 places, I think, in Dariba as well as one more place. So they will also be available to us. This model of PPP city surveillance is also being multiplied in several other parts of the city. So as you have mentioned, we are going in phase manner with the latest standard technology, so that the integration is not a problem.